Welcome to Florence Reese, the woman who sang back. A Heartline production. I'm John Hart. Harlan County, Kentucky, 1931. The coal dust settled on everything. Porches, lungs, dreams. The mines carved deep into the mountains, and the men who worked there came home with blackened hands and hollow eyes. The companies owned the land, the stores, the law, and the people. They had their backs against the wall. Florence Reese was 31, a miner's wife and a mother of 7. She lived in a shotgun house with a tin roof and a heart full of fire. Her husband Sam was organizing for the union, trying to get fair wages, safer conditions, a voice. That made him dangerous. One night the sheriff's men came, hired by the mine owners, armed and angry. They tore through the house looking for Sam. The children screamed. Florence stood her ground. Sam had already fled. Florence watched the men ransack her home, rifles slung low, boots stomping through her kitchen. When they left, she sat at the table, tore a sheet from the calendar, and wrote, "Which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on?" Florence wasn't a trained musician. She didn't read music. But she knew rhythm, she knew pain, and she knew how to turn fury into melody. She borrowed the tune from an old Baptist hymn. She wrote verses that named names, called out injustice, and demanded a voice, a choice. Her voice was raw, unpolished, unforgettable. The song spread like wildfire. Union halls sang it, picket lines shouted it. It became a rallying cry, not just for coal miners, but for anyone who'd ever been told to sit down and shut up. Florence didn't copyright it. She didn't profit from it. She gave it away because it wasn't hers. It was the movement's. Florence was born in 1900 in Tennessee, but Harlan County made her. She married young, raised 7 children, and lived through more than one coal strike. She saw men beaten, jailed, and killed for demanding a living wage. She saw women bury husbands and sons, then go back to work because there was no other choice. She wasn't a politician and she wasn't a preacher. She was a witness, and she knew that silence was complicity. She kept writing, she kept singing, and she kept asking the question, "Which side are you on?" Florence's song became bigger than her. It was sung during the civil rights movement, the women's movement, and labor strikes across the country. Pete Seeger recorded it. Billy Bragg reimagined it. But Florence's version, the one scratched on a calendar page in a kitchen full of frightened children, was the one that mattered. She didn't seek fame, she sought justice. She spoke at rallies, she marched, she stood beside miners and organizers and said, "I'm not afraid." And she meant it. She didn't seek fame, she sought justice. Her voice wasn't polished, it was powerful. It carried the weight of coal dust, broken promises, and Appalachian truth. Florence paid a price. Her family was harassed, her husband was blacklisted, her children grew up in the shadow of struggle. But she never backed down. She said, "If I don't speak, who will?" And she meant it. She wrote other songs, protest songs, lamentations, calls to action. But "Which side are you on?" was the one that stuck, the one that echoed, the one that refused to die. Florence died in 1986. She was 86 years old. Her funeral was quiet, but her song was loud. It's still sung in union halls, classrooms, protest. It's still asking the question that no one can dodge. Which side are you on? Her story isn't folklore, it's fact, and it belongs in this book, beside the midwives, the moonshiners, the mothers, and the martyrs. Because in Appalachia, women just didn't endure. They resisted, they created, they called out, and they sang back. Florence Reese didn't change the world with a gun or a gavel. She changed it with a song, a question, a refusal to be quiet. She is proof that Appalachian women don't just endure, they resist, they create, they call out, and they sing back. Her voice was the sound of a kitchen table turned into a pulpit, of a mother turning fear into fire, of a woman who knew that truth, once spoken, can't be silenced. She didn't ask for permission, she asked for justice, and she got it, one verse at a time. This is John Hart, Heart of Appalachia, Heartline Productions. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, God bless you, and I'll see you on the next ridge.